I already started building the app, and honestly, it's going fast. But building fast doesn't matter if you're building the wrong thing. So this episode is about slowing down just enough to make sure I'm building the right thing. As developers with AI, speed is our superpower. We can ship features in days, sometimes even hours, but the fastest way to fail is to be efficient at really building the wrong thing. So in this episode, I'll show you how I did a little bit of audience research, why my app isn't a full waste because it's still a good fundament, but how I set the direction to build the right thing towards that first proof of concept. And the first thing that I did is starting to look at other apps in the field. Now, I want to stress that I'm not building like a copycat app, but I do want to learn from what my potential users have to say. So what you're going to do is you're going to look, where are your users? Well, I'm building an app for YouTube creators, so I need to look into apps that are also built for YouTube creators. So what I did, I opened App Figures once again, and I listed a few competitors that are well known for their optimization tooling. You got ViewStats by MrBeast, vidIQ, TubeBuddy, a tracker for YouTube, but also the official YouTube Studio app. And what's interesting, yesterday on the couch, I was scrolling through the reviews of one of these apps, and users were saying like, this is a paid app, but I'm basically getting the same as what YouTube Studio already offers. And that made me realize as well, like, okay, I shouldn't build just another YouTube Studio app. My app should be added value from day one. Now I already created the app, right? Like we have the keywords, and now I also have a favorites feature, and I could continue building new features for all these pages. In fact, I also optimized this analytics page. Well, I'm not authenticated and doesn't work. Yes, still bugs even during this video. But what I mean to say is like I started building rapidly. I was excited. I kept building and building, and I'm actually happy that I have all these pages, individual pages, because I can run codex tasks for those pages individually. But I am also realizing, okay, I want to get to a proof of concept as quickly as possible, and it's very likely that I'm unable to optimize all these pages for a proof of concept. So I need to cut corners. I need to make decisions. So I need to know which of these features are truly unique. You can edit a video title and a description already in YouTube, right? YouTube Studio offers great analytics already, but YouTube Studio doesn't offer keyword research, right? So some of the competitors do, but yeah, this is once again, I'm now thinking with the knowledge that I have. And what is interesting, if you added those competitors to App Figures, you can go to the worldwide App Store reviews page. You can select each competitor in this list. So for now, I have the tracker for YouTube, and then you can say like I want all the ratings year to date, and maybe only the bad reviews, for example, right? And I now filtered on United States as well, just to have the language in a language that I can read. But what is interesting is when you focus on the 1-star reviews, for example, you can see what the users of this app are complaining about. And I don't want to necessarily build the exact same features, but I at least want to prevent myself from making the same mistakes. And at the same time, I could also learn from all those reviews, what are users looking for? What are they missing in those apps? And I'm not doing it only for the direct competitors. I'm also looking into the YouTube Studio app itself. What is this app doing well? What are things that are missing? And obviously, I'm not going to read all those reviews myself. We're going to use ChatGPT later. But first, I want to show you another source of inspiration. I opened Google and I searched for Reddit YouTube struggles. And this is just one of the search terms that I used, but it's super interesting what pages you will find. Does anyone else feel like YouTube is getting impossible for small channels? YouTube is very difficult. Major channels complain that their views have suddenly dropped. Is this the worst time to become a YouTuber or the perfect time? Once again, a lot of input, right? And I'm not gonna read everything here, but I am reading posts from actual users, potentially users of my app. And that is the thing you want to know, right? Like, who is my audience? What do they need? What are they struggling with? Which problem can I solve for them? And I'm also building this app for myself. And it's very likely that those struggles are something I will face already today or something I will face later on. So what I did, I downloaded all those reviews into a JSON file. You can do that from App Figures. And I also created this markdown file. And this markdown file is literally just a copy paste of all those threads that I found on Reddit. And I also put like the link. So potentially that could be used as a reference. And it starts to become really interesting if we use all that input as a source for a custom ChatGPT project. So that's what we're going to do. So we click on new project, make sure to use research. We call it the YouTube creators audience research, and we create the project. Once you've created the project, you want to make sure it has access to all those files containing the input. So files for all the App Store reviews from all the different apps, as well as the whole Reddit thread that we copy pasted into a markdown file. So what we're going to do now is click on the add files button, and here you can upload all the files to the project. And like it says, upload files to give ChatGPT more context on your project. All chats in this project will be able to reference them. That's exactly what we want. So click on add files, navigate into the folder, and first we add all the Reddit posts, and then we do the same for the App Store review pages. So ChatGPT is going to analyze all those files one by one, and eventually we can actually start talking to ChatGPT by using these files as input. So now that those files are loaded, we can actually start chatting. First, I want to provide some context. And it's basically saying that I'm building a new app that should help YouTube creators to optimize their videos for growth. I want to know which struggles my audience has. Then I want to give some context about the files in this project. So I'm telling that the files in this project represent App Store reviews from other YouTube creator apps and a few Reddit posts from YouTube creators as well, right? And I want to use them as context. Then I want to start with a few questions. First, what struggles do you see commonly happening for YouTube creators? But also, what do you see that YouTube creators like the most? And finally, the most important, what features do you think I should build for a new YouTube optimizer app? I want the app to be added value from day one. So ideally, it should offer something other apps don't do yet. I also don't want to build just another YouTube Studio app. Otherwise, they will just use that app. In the end, my goal is to make 10K MRR, so I need to build something that adds unique value. Ideally, something that will make YouTube creators more successful and more efficient. This is enough context for now, so let's get started. So I just read through it and there's actually a ton of value in it already. So let's go over it. It breaks it down in 3 parts, grounded in the App Store reviews and Reddit sentiments you provided, and then translate that into a clear product opportunities that aren't yet another YouTube Studio clone. Exactly what we want. We don't want to build another copycat app, right? So there are quite some interesting insights from actual users, right? So that is the power here. We're looking into data from our potential customers. Well, most likely our future customers, right? So this is priceless. So here are some creators that repeatedly say this doesn't add any value beyond YouTube Studio, right? Generic insights, screenshot analytics. I could just use that and use ChatGPT. I totally get it, right? Like we can do a ton with ChatGPT. TubeBuddy, some UI is too busy, features are buried, feels bloated. This is more like a user experience feedback from the app itself. I don't trust this data. That is absolutely crucial. And it's about vidIQ, for example, but also YouTube Studio, lying about analytics. Okay, your data should be correct. This is a no-brainer, and I'm pretty sure that my app will do better, or at least I should make sure that my data is correct. Makes sense. Then there are some bad reviews for YouTube, but like powerless, punished without feedback. Those are reviews not really related to an app that I want to build. This is more general feedback to YouTube, so we can ignore that. Then creators hate paying for locked value. And I totally get that, right? Like if you open an app and you're kind of like super happy because you're going to optimize your YouTube channel, and then you see a lot of locked value, everything is behind a paywall, that is annoying. So I think we should at least give some kind of like first experience that is a happy flow. Maybe let users optimize 5 videos for free, something like that, and get them onto a a cheaper subscription maybe as quickly as possible. So they do get like a premium experience, but they don't feel like everything is behind the paywall. It's going to be challenging, but this might also help us direct the target audience, right? Like maybe we don't want to target all those YouTube creators that just get started, that don't want to invest money in their hobby yet. Maybe we should focus on an audience that already has like 10K subscribers and knows that what they're doing and they want to take it to the next level. So then we come to the second chapter, and this is about what YouTube creators actually like. So this is actually great, right? These are features that work out for them. And those are probably also from the Reddit pages as well as from the App Store reviews. So some of the best reviews for vidIQ are about, I suddenly have ideas, I feel smarter about YouTube. This motivated me to upload. So the creators want to reduce creative friction, make progress feel possible, and create momentum. So they really want to be helped in their progress, right? Like if you want to create videos every week, suddenly you're out of inspiration. And if my app can give you that inspiration from the get-go, I can totally see that being valuable. Creators feel guided, not judged. It feels like a friend, motivating, encouraging. So they want a coach, a guide, a calm voice saying, here is your next step. Totally get that, and I totally feel that. And it's actually something I would love to be building as well. So when creators say, this helped me, it's about better titles, they have more ideas, and they understand better what to fix. So this could be like creators might not know how YouTube works, right? And this could be for your app as well. If they don't know what they're doing and you can help solve that by giving context, but also solutions, then you're on a golden path. So chapter 3 is about what I should build and what others aren't doing. But it first starts with what not to build. So another analytics dashboard, a YouTube Studio replacement, generic SEO keyword tools, or AI tips detached from real channel context. It all makes sense to me, and I wasn't planning on doing this, but it's kind of nice to see this here being presented as a reminder, right? There are so many of those tools already, and we want to create something unique. Once again, we don't want to be a copycat. We want to add extra added value, and the proof of concept should be unique from day one. So the real opportunity is what ChatGPT is saying, a YouTube growth operating system. That sounds pretty awesome. Basically answering the question, what should I do next to grow? And there are some high leverage features it's providing. So the next video decision engine. We have the data of the user, right? We also have keyword data. We know which keywords are most popular. So if we bring that all together on a homepage and basically just give the creator exactly what they need to do next to grow, to continue, to stay consistent, to upload their next video, yeah, that would be pretty valuable. So we should answer things like what type of video should I make next, which topic is cooling off, which format is gaining traction. This is not in YouTube Studio, TubeBuddy, vidIQ. I'm not sure if that is entirely true, but at least that's what its conclusion is about based on the Reddit post, based on the reviews. Then the next idea is a retention leak detector. So basically analyzing the videos and find out, because, you know, if you create videos, you often create the same structure, right? Like a short intro, maybe a summary of what you're going to say, and then the actual video. But if that is not working out and you're not told by anyone, then that is slowly but surely basically draining your whole channel down. So if we can analyze that, maybe with YouTube Analytics API, then that would be super helpful. Actually, I want that for my videos. Then the next one, a title and thumbnail post-publish optimizer. So this is basically after publishing the video, optimize those. I think this is low-hanging fruit, and I think every creator wants this, and it's basically something fundamental that your app needs. And I'm integrating AI, so yes, I definitely want to build this. And the next one is about a calm, minimal, daily focus screen. So instead of dashboards, one screen, one insight, one recommended action. So it's giving an example. Today's highest return on investment action is to rewrite the title of video X. Click-through rate is 2.1% below your channel average. This makes sense, right? Like this is totally doable, and it feels almost like an assistant. So maybe I should create some kind of like, you know, that clip buddy in Word that was constantly in the corner. Maybe I should build that in the form of an app, really like your YouTube coach. I don't know, something is growing here, but I like the idea, and this is also the productivity, the utility that I would love to build, right? Like I want to optimize the data, I want to use the data, use AI, combine it all together with the keyword rankings, and basically help you make the best decisions to grow as fast as possible. So the next one is about algorithm change translator. Yeah, people panic when YouTube changes something, right? So can I detect shifts? This looks like a shorts distribution change. Yeah, is this possible? I don't know. It's pretty advanced. It's something to think longer about. But yeah, let's keep that listed. So then it's about monetization readiness tracker. Okay, yeah, the eligibility. Yeah, so this is actually something I'm looking into, right? Like when you have 1,000 subscribers and I think 3,000 watch hours in the past 365 days, then you will get paid by YouTube. And for creators to make money, it's basically either sponsorships, product placements, or getting paid by YouTube as well. So if I can help them maintain this or maybe get to that point, I can totally see that as being valuable. And I don't think I should even ask creators whether they want this. I think this is making totally sense. So if I can check at launch whether they're already monetizing or not, adjust the UI for that accordingly. So then finally it's saying why this can reach 10K MRR. You're not competing on features, you're competing on clarity and confidence. You're selling outcomes, not dashboard. And my ideal customer is a serious creator, not a beginner tourist. That's what I thought already. Already frustrated with existing tools, and it will happily pay 15 euros to 30 per month for less stress, better decisions, more growth. You don't need a million of users, you need 500 to 700 creators who trust you. This makes it sound much more approachable, but yeah, it's super easy said. We still need to do it, right? So final framing, and that's important. Most YouTube tools show you what happened. This one tells you what to do next. I love that. And this gives direction, right? Like for anything that I'm going to build, having this mindset in place, also the target audience, that will be super useful. So the next thing I wanted to do is to create an actual persona, right? Like whenever I make a decision, I want to think about somebody that is my target audience persona. And what is great is that ChatGPT already suggests this, but I also kind of like the single killer MVP. So let's keep persona in mind and first talk about the single killer MVP. So yes, give me that killer MVP. All right, so we got the answer, and he wants to be very concrete. I don't know. Is it a he or she? I don't know. Well, either way, the killer MVP, what should I fix next, right? So open the app, see the single highest impact action to grow your channel right now. Not more analytics, not more dashboards or more AI fluff, but clarity. Okay, we're all about creating clarity. MVP in one screen, and that is key, the daily growth card. So today's growth opportunities. We're really helping here, right? The creator opens the app and basically the app is the answer on what to do next. And I can totally see that being valuable. And in fact, I have some videos from my Going Indie podcast that aren't optimized at all. I didn't know what I was doing back then. I might still not know it. I'm learning as we speak. But yeah, if my app is going to tell me like, hey, Antoine, you have that video of an hour, you can optimize that and potentially it reaches so much more users. Yeah, that is golden. And this is also a great way to make the app impactful in the channel's growth. And I'm sure that if I am able to give users a path to grow, then they will happily pay for the app as well. So the core MVP feature set, an opportunity detector, basically the brain. Look at the last 30 to 90 days of the videos, this makes sense, right? So basically an opportunity detector, what develops the card that we just discussed. Then an action generator. For the selected video, generate specific actions, not tips. So V1 is very doable, 3 alternative titles, 1 title rewrite, probably also with an explanation why that rewrite is important. This is actually interesting because if we go into the app and for example, I click on this page, this is what I have now, right? So the thumbnail, the title, the description, all the description tags and so on. That's fine, but I already know this of my video and this is what all the other apps do. If I instead just open this app and directly give 3 to 4 actions that I can directly apply, maybe with some data behind it on why, that's more than enough. That's really focused. I truly love that idea. So an action generator, not generic AI. Totally love that. So I can work on that. Then impact framing. This is critical. Creators don't act unless they feel it's worth it. Always include why this matters. Yeah. Okay, so this video is still shown 1,200 times a day. At your average click-through rate, it should be getting 40% more views. Once again, this is totally doable to create. And the impact of that, telling me that is so helpful, right? Selling confidence, not math perfection. I love that. History proof, very light, 1 secondary screen, past wins. Basically telling you what worked before. So the videos that you already created, what worked before. Maybe show the most successful tags combined with related keywords that are opportunities. I can totally see that being valuable. So once again, what I should explicitly not build, and why this MVP works, where others fail. Yeah, creators feel overwhelmed, unsure, afraid to mess up the algorithm. And your app says, do this one thing, it's safe, it helps. And that is powerful. I can totally see that. And yes, TubeBuddy and vidIQ, here's everything. They offer a lot. And I am quite an experienced person in terms of data and stuff, but I feel overwhelmed in those apps too. I start to believe in this MVP. So then the pricing for MVP, don't underprice. Okay, that's interesting. No annual plan, 7-day free trial. No annual plan, okay. Serious creators only, filter tourists, matches perceived value of growth clarity. Okay, yeah, you only need 700 users. This makes it sound easy, isn't it? But it's not. All right, so MVP onboarding, connect YouTube account, wait 30-60 seconds, show first growth card immediately, only then explain what the app does. Yeah, let value speak first, makes sense. First marketing hook, it's helping me directly with marketing. I wasn't even thinking about marketing, let's first build it. But yeah, once again, this proves how super helpful ChatGPT is, isn't it? So it also gives me some next actions, design a copy of the growth card and such. I won't bother you with that. I first want to create a persona because that's the other thing that we wanted. I now want the persona, please. So while ChatGPT is generating that persona, I want to just specifically mention what it's saying here, right? Like if you get the persona wrong, you'll end up rebuilding TubeBuddy by accident. Now, this whole process that I'm doing, it truly feels like, okay, I'm just trying to replicate what is already out there. But you need to understand that we're not trying to reproduce what's already out there. We try to make it clear that we're building something that is unique, that we are solving a problem of our end users. And that is actually the opposite of building a copycat app. We're instead building something unique that is not out there yet. And that improves the chances of success, improves the chances of making the app valuable enough to pay for, but it also makes it more likely that I'll actually reach the 10K MRR while you are watching. So hopefully that is super clear and that you can totally use this for your apps as well. So let's look at the persona. I was actually wondering which name would be used, but Alex, yeah, makes total sense. Maybe Bob or Alice, but yeah, so an age, you know, these are valuable insights. And especially if you're going to market your app, these are things that you want to have in mind, right? For the perfect targeting. So their emotional state, I'm doing the work, why isn't it compounding? Some videos pop, some completely die. I don't need more info, I need clarity, right? So these thoughts help in designing your app, in designing what you build next, in designing the features that you already thought building. So Alex knows about the other apps, tried it, but installed it because they didn't work. Alex doesn't care about the SEO score or keyword difficulty. Okay, I need to change my app quite a bit, but that's okay. But he does care about breaking out of stagnation, making fewer wasted uploads, knowing which videos are worth fixing, feeling confident, pressing publish. Okay, that is actually great. And honestly, I already built the whole keyword functionality, and I'm a data analyst kind of focused person, so I like that, but I should not throw that away. I should just use it in a different manner. And that's also why I wanted to do this, because I felt like I was just building, and I needed a bit more direction. So Alex's biggest daily frustrations, decision fatigue, doubts, what to do next. Once again, we need to provide guidance. Fear of messing up the algorithm. This is what I want to do in general. Read myself up on the algorithm, build a custom GPT for the algorithm, learn from it, optimize my prompts in the app, and so on. Lack of feedback loops, why a video failed. This is interesting. Maybe I can generate push notifications to directly give feedback like, hey, your video is doing worse than before, you need to do something. Or maybe also a positive thing like, hey, your videos do much better after your optimization. That could bring trust into the app. That could bring users back into the app. And why Alex will pay, who this persona is not. Yeah, these things are great. And I want to leave it here. I just want to say that I hope that this is truly inspirational for you. I normally do this myself as well, and now I'm documenting this. The best thing is I created the app already. I built a lot of fundamental parts, but now I actually know which direction I need to take. And now I can basically cut corners, work towards that MVP, create a landing page, create a test flight invitation, and so on. Yeah, so I'm super excited to continue now, and that is something for the next episode where I'll update you on how I continued using this, how I translated that into an MVP, and hopefully I can also start inviting you to test the app out. If you didn't do that yet, like this video, subscribe to my channel to ensure you don't miss the next episode. I'm too excited to get started now, so see you in the next episode.